Waleed Phares, Fox News national security analyst with us. I know you're not a financial analyst. I know that, Waleed, but welcome to the show. You tell me.
Thank you.
Do we have concrete evidence as to what the terrorists are doing using Bitcoin?
Well, Bitcoin, as we all know, is a cryptocurrency which is based on what? On nothing. No banks, no governments, no major regulations so far. This is ideal for terrorist organizations which are under the pressure by the Treasury Department, by the Europeans, and by others to go in. Now, why are they successful? Because the customers of Bitcoin are very happy with the services that are rendered by this system. It's going to take time for our governments and other governments to move in and make sure that the terrorists are not taking advantage. The problem is that there are other governments who could help us in this, like China, Russia, maybe Iran in this case. They don't want to do so because they want us to be in trouble, basically.
So we got a problem with Bitcoin because you can trade drugs, you can deal drugs, you can fund terrorist operations. There's a degree of secrecy all about it. This is a real problem for America and I suspect for governments around the world. I'm not sure how you stop it, though.
Look, we have stopped what was going on internet. It took about a decade. I don't think it's going to take us a decade for this one. But cryptocurrency is the beginning of a new era. Everything's going to be crypto. Now it becomes with currency, then with services, then with intelligence and counterintelligence. So yes, we are at the beginning of a new era of counterintelligence and counterterrorism that we have not experienced before.
Let's talk Hong Kong. The Chinese government appears to be using Twitter and Facebook to undermine the protesters. But I have to talk to you about this weekend's peaceful rally. I mean, look on your screen. 1.7 million people turned out to support democracy, to support civil rights. That's a real problem for Xi Jinping because how do you crack down on 1.7 million people who are behaving very peacefully?
Let's remember, 1989, Tiananmen Square, these were thousands of people, but they were not organized. They didn't have any connection to the outside world. They were facing tanks. And all what it took for China to do is to send in the army, and it was resolved. Here, China, or the regime in China, is facing off with a real, organized, big city, international finances, media, immediate media, and internet, including, of course, Twitter and Facebook. That's why the Chinese government decided to use what the other side is using to mobilize, which is social media. Therefore, this is not going to be easy for the Chinese government, the issue of Hong Kong.
Waleed, maybe I'm naive, but I just can't see Beijing wading in there, firing guns, beating people up, killing people. I just can't see that happening. Am I just overly naive here?
No, you're not. That's exactly what is happening in what I call the war room in Beijing dealing with Hong Kong. This is not a simple thing because if they wage, which is going to be the last resort if they have to do it, if they wage a military action on Hong Kong is a big thing. It may be that Hong Kong ideas and activities will spread into China instead of China spreading its forces into Hong Kong.
Fascinating. Waleed, thanks for joining us. Financial analyst of the day. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate being here.
For the day.
For the day.
Thank you.
Okay.